Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
This is the crowd welcoming a charismatic Bengkulu figure, Agusrin M Najamudin, by his supporters at Fatmawati Airport. It can be seen that his supporters are so enthusiastic about welcoming one of the respected figures in this province. But why is he so loved and missed by many Bengkulu people? Agusrin Najamudin is the former governor of Bengkulu for the 2005 to 2012 period. Born June 2, 1969, is a child from the hamlet of Anggut, Pinor, South Bengkulu. The grandson of the founder of the Bengkulu province, Sultan Yaqub Bakhtiar, spent his childhood and school years in Anggut village, a small village in Pinor sub-district South Bengkulu. His childhood was spent playing and learning like most children in general. Before being known as Agusrin as it is today, Agusrin is a hard worker. He started his business by servicing mobile air conditioners and then developed to form his own company. He's also listed as an entrepreneur in the sale of weapons, explosive and gas cylinders on a national scale, under the ESA Carrier Group flag. In 2005, Agusrin with Muhammad Salman ran for the election of the governor of Bengkulu, which was supported by the PKS party. This young figure, who had just emerged in provincial politics, became the center of attention of voters with great enthusiasm to bring Bengkulu province from a lagging province to far ahead. Supervision in this big mission made him successful in winning the gubernatorial elections, defeating Sudirman Ali Sharir and Muslihan Patres Rio Capella with 2 rounds. After being appointed as the governor of Bengkulu, from here he began to become a respected figure in the community. He started by planning the development of Bengkulu with a massive development, one of which was the construction of Pantai Panjang tourist spot and a very good sports centers. In terms of air transportation, Agusrin expanded the Fatmawati Airport, which is a vital air transportation in this province. He also planned to build a railroad to carry coal to Bay Islands, although this project ultimately failed. Another well-known program that directly touched the community, especially rural communities, is the distribution of free hand tractors to farmer groups. This program is very well received by the farmers, very helpful in working on the farm. During his time, the price of oil palm fruit was high and stable, which has made oil palm farmers more ferocious. With some of his achievements, Agusrin M Najamudin is increasingly confident that he can build this purpose with even further leaps as he is expected. Therefore, in 2010, after the Bengkulu governor's term ended, he with a strong determination and confidence nominated again to become a candidate for Bengkulu governor, partway in 5 years. Paired with Junaidi Hamza, a man from the Rejangis tribe, with a tight result from his 4 pairs of opponents, won the governor election for the second time with a 269,012 votes, or 31.67%. In the second period of his leadership, he continued the various development programs. However, at the beginning of his leadership, in his second term, Agusrin was charged with violating Article 2, Paragraph 1 of the Corruption Eradication Law because he had misappropriated 27 billion Bengkulu APBD funds. He was finally deactivated as governor of Bengkulu. Then the Supreme Court rejected the extraordinary legal remedy for the review of the non-active Bengkulu governor. Agusrin M Najamudin, as a result, Agusrin remained in functions for 4 years because of the corruption in the regional budget worth 20 billion Indonesian rupiah.
Walaupun tidak bersalah, saya akan patuh dengan hukum yang sudah ditetapkan. Saya akan patuh dan akan saya jalani hukuman itu Hal ini sudah saya sampaikan ketika putusan itu dibacakan.
With these various things, Agusrin M began to get a bad image in society, with the case that was actually still being debated after spending 4 years in Sukamiskin versions. Agusrin, with the phrases and longing for the development period in his era, his supporters asked him to become a candidate for governor to lead Bengkulu again. In 2020, Agusrin returned to Bengkulu to seek re-election in the Bengkulu gubernatorial election to great welcome from his supporters. Agusrin registered himself as a candidate for governor at the Bengkulu General Election Commissions, paired with Imran Rosyadi, who was promoted by the Gerindra, PKB, and Perindo Party.
Berkompetisi dengan sehat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
During the campaign, Agusrin was greeted by thousands of supporters, especially in the countryside of Bengkulu. With high public interest welcoming him, Agusrin was sure he could win the governor election competitions at the time. Unexpectedly, in the gubernatorial elections on December 9, 2020, Agusrin had to admit the superiority of his opponents who indicate money politics, after only getting 268,316 votes, or 26.44%. But even so, he remains a charismatic figure and is loved by many fans in Bengkulu. Now he is in Agusrin in Jakarta, focusing on helping his younger brother Sultan bin Najamudin's politics, who is now a vice chairman of DPD, to develop his politics at the national level. With all that, he remains a person who is charismatic and loved by his people.
Kamu